continuing on with your review of the Phoenix Files, which you have not read, despite the fact that you are a dear friend, cousin, housemate.
One was
also dedicated a book to you. Basically, if anyone other than my parents and my sister should have read these, you.
Yeah.
And you have not. Redeem yourself. What happens?
Okay, so Contact is part 2. And this book is like, we're stuck, we can't get out,
Yeah.
we got to call out. So Chris draws largely, well, I suppose you could say it's a motif he threads through, which is from E.T., the extraterrestrial.
Never seen it.
Phone home. It's in the culture. One thing that happens in this book is that they try and get contact with outside, and they realise their regular phones don't work.
Yeah.
That I know.
That kind of happened in the first book also, but that's...
But here it's brought to the fore.
Yeah.
So 2 things stem from this. One, they have to stay in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So they learn more about the corporation, that it's an evil corporation. Do they find out about the big bomb in this one?
Yeah. Well, there isn't one.
The thing that's going to blow up the world. Do they discover a bit more about that plan?
Yes.
Okay. The other thing is, I kind of think that someone calls them.
No.
So it's not just them trying to get contacted, someone contacts them.
That does not happen.
From outside of their situation.
No.
Isn't this the part of the story where the old wise wizard character comes and sets them on their quest? Through a phone call?
No.
So it sounds like everything happens in book 1. Book 2 is like, I gotta write this so I can get to book 3 where it gets interesting.
Okay, well why don't we leave it there and move on to book 3?
Okay. Mutation.
Yeah.
This is the book where the kids who live in Phoenix fully uncover the horrific plan of Shackleton, which involves some sort of super weapon which is going to destroy the world through some sort of nuclear horrific fallout.
No.
They learn about the mutations that will be caused by this device. People will lose their hair. People will lose their teeth. Babies will have 2 heads and the world will be a desolate wasteland. Mutation.
The mutations are in fact happening to people inside of the town.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so Shackleton... No, I'm still right. So Shackleton's going to blow up the rest of the world. Yes. Yes.
Ish.
And he's going to seed the world with his Phoenix population, who he's slowly altering to be whatever he wants them to be. Slowly, these characters are starting to change and develop. Maybe even extrasensory abilities. Jordan, for instance.
Yeah.
Maybe, well, one of them starts to be able to see the future. One of them starts to be able to see the past. and one of them starts to be able to see simultaneously in other places. So let's say Luke is like, when I get older this is going to happen, or I know Shackleton's going to do this. Drives the plot forward.
It's interesting.
The past person goes like, oh Luke, I can see your parents having a fight and you being sad. Oh man, they got divorced. No wonder
I think knowing the past is not really that's not really a superpower.
Oh, that's why you're.
I feel like that is just part of being
if
human.
you don't know, if he won't ever open up, and the sideways person is like, I can see Shackleton right now. He's on floor 4.
Let me ask you one question. It's interesting that you have such a time focus. Is that something that you've just kind of made up, or do you know time-related things coming up later?
Chris, everything you ever write will have time travel.
That's true, okay.